Dave got this car yesterday. He calls me up on the phone. He's sitting in the car and he's like, hey, dude, how do I start this thing? And he is literally like on FaceTime about to hit the fire button. He thought that this fire button, this red fire button, was actually a start button. And I'm like, no, don't push that button. He almost lit off the fire system in this car. And if that happens, it sprays this stuff everywhere. The chemical is like all over the engine compartment, all over the driver's compartment. It makes a giant mess that is such a pain to clean up. Sometimes it's corrosive. I'm not sure what this one is filled with, but thank goodness he didn't do that. You also have to pull the whole fire bottle out, send it out. It's expensive. Basically, you have to change everything. They have to change the firing mechanism inside of the fire bottle, refill it. It's just a nightmare. So luckily he didn't push that button, and we averted that crisis. But this thing is pretty sick. We haven't really got a chance to look at it yet. I've just kind of done a quick walk around on the car. It's pretty rad. I've never seen a McLaren race car, a factory race car. Seeing it up close is really cool. There's a lot of cool features that I've been reading about in the manual, and it looks like it's too tight. We can't open the door.
Not on this.
Not on this trailer. Well, it's really cool. Like all the carbon in the tub is visible from inside the car because the carpet and the insulation and all that stuff has been ripped out. The way the cage sits and it's bolted down to the chassis is just like really cool. It's got the backup camera like with a screen. Actually, I think it's on all the time. So since you don't really have good vision out of the rear view mirror, you can actually have that screen that's looking behind you. So instead of looking in the rear view to see who's behind you, you can just look over the screen and see everything that's happening on the track. Guys that are trying to pass you and all that. Really cool. I can't wait to drive this thing. I know Dave is looking forward to driving it as well. I know we need to do a little maintenance on it. I think the battery is dead. Right now we only have rain tires on it. We've got a bunch of other wheels, but they're all just bare with no tires. So I'm looking up tire specs and seeing if we can source some new slicks for this thing. Get this thing out on the track. But first thing, we got to unload it, get it off the trailer, and that's another issue. Is like, look at the. Were they driving this around?
Maybe, but this is loose.
Dude, that's...
And look at how it's hooked in the back. It's a little close to the body.
Yeah, that's pretty questionable there. That's what happens when you have complete rookies strapping down a race car. Well, it's a good thing it didn't come off the trailer. That's that would have been a nightmare. Imagine that, driving down the street yeah. And then a 570 race car falls off the trailer, just spins out on the street, crashes into parked cars or something. Oh man, it would have that'd have been terrible because it's a race car. You don't have insurance on it.
No. And I guess, are we unloading it in here or outside? There's a squadron in the way.
There is. So, well, I don't know. Might be able to sneak past it.
Yeah, I think we will be able to.
Yeah, we drop the trailer right here, pull it out of the way, and then we pull the truck and trailer out of here.
It shouldn't do that, though.
Should be.
Yeah.
It should work.
Oh my gosh, it's so close to the body.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
The car's sliding back. Don't loosen them anymore.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like if the brake is on, but the whole thing just shifted, and this strap is already super loose over here. I don't even know if it'll hold it because it'll just wrap it around the tire. So let's open the door. Let me hop in before you take the other straps off.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. McLaren steering wheel. Dude, this is tight.
It's made for small people.
Ooh, it's very tight.
Oh man, there's a lot of damage on this race car.
Yeah, it's got a lot of small damage and some really like poor paint repairs. Like just looking outside here, I can see a seam here, and it's like where they repainted it, but there's overspray and it's like dry. And then the pillar here also has like a different color orange on it, and some orange peel and stuff. Very
race car
quickly repaired. It's almost like, yeah, all this, so much of this car has been resprayed, but done like in somebody's backyard.
What series did this thing race in?
I think it actually raced in IMSA. Let me look at the stickers.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh no, it raced. I can't tell what the stickers are. It raced in an Asian series. Yeah, so it must be some Chinese series, and then the car got shipped over here, and I think it was owned by a guy who just did like track day events with it. I don't think they raced it wheel to wheel in the U.S., at least not in a professional series. But these are the cars that would run in IMSA against the Mercedes AMG GT4s and the Porsche Cayman GT4s. So yeah, it's a pretty competitive series. They actually detuned this car. So from the factory, I think 570. I think it makes around 570 horsepower, but they take the power down to 400 and something horsepower, maybe right around 400 horsepower, because the other cars that are in that class are all around that power. Basically, the Porsche is the normally aspirated one, and so they have these cars pull a bunch of power because it's a V8 twin turbo, so they pull a bunch of power out of this, out of the AMG, to get them to kind of match the same lap times as the Porsche. So maybe we'll get the flash for the tune and put it back to its full power and pull the restrictors out, because I think it has some air inlet restrictors. And then this car could be close to as quick as the Evo 2 race car, I think. This thing does have smaller tires on it. I don't think the brakes are nearly as good as the Lamborghini one, but maybe we'll find out fairly soon if this car is as quick as the Evo 2. It'll be a lot of fun to get both these things out on track at the same time. You find the jumper pack?
It is not there, but the battery is here.
So I had a quick chat with Damon, and so Damon bought this car for Dave, and he's like, "Oh, it's a perfect car for Dave to learn in." And I'm like, well, it's actually a lot of car. This is still a 400-something horsepower, mid-engine, like twin-turbo Mclaren. It is a fast car. And not to say that Dave can't learn in this, it's just going to take a bit more time. Because to really feel what the car is doing, you need to get close to the limit or push it to the limit. That's the only way that you're going to feel the chassis and the tires and the suspension reacting to your inputs and how much speed you can carry through a corner. But when you're going that much faster than you would in a slower car with smaller tires, it takes a lot more commitment to get there. So more speed, more chance for big errors and big crashes and big offs. So hopefully we'll get Dave up to speed, kind of baby steps, because driving a race car is just so different than driving a street car. Dave's obviously comfortable, you know, whipping his Squadra Corsa around and other cars that he's owned on the streets, but just in a race car, everything is very visceral, raw. Slicks are a completely different animal than street tires. Street tires give you a lot of feedback. You can hear them, so as you come around a corner and you start to lose grip, you can hear the tires start squealing, and they'll basically talk to you and tell you what's going on. With a slick, you don't hear that noise. It's just grip, 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 and then when it snaps, it happens really fast, and you're at a much higher grip level, which means you're maintaining more speed through the corner, and when it goes away, it's really hard to catch. You have to have very fast hands and know what's happening with the car. And that's where you see guys get in these big panic moments where they're on throttle, the car starts to slide, and then they lift, and you transfer all of that weight from the back of the car being on throttle to the front of the car, and the car just snaps, and then they're like, boom, into a tree or into a curb. But that's something that you just have to, you got to kind of build that into your mind and make it so it's not something you have to think about. It's just a natural reaction. But that just takes time. So, what's up?
Update. I asked Mark. So you guys jumped this car yesterday, right? He said yes. So I asked him where the jumper pack is. Yeah. And he said it might be in the grass.
What does that even mean? It might be in the grass.
So apparently they tried to jump it, and then I guess they got frustrated, and Dave threw it in the grass. So I'll go look for it, and then they jumped it with the van with the jumper cables.
All right. Well, I'll be here.
He told me it was in the grass somewhere, but there's a lot of grass around here. I don't see one there. I saw a picture of the car over here. So, is it over here? Mark!
Wrong way.
Wrong way?
Yeah, by the Mazda over there.
So somewhere in this grass, there is a battery jumper. Oh, I see it! I see it. Oh, it's out of battery, duh. So I found it. It's wet and it's out of battery.
Okay. Well, why don't you just go plug that in first so I can start charging? And then let's put the trailer down.
Yeah,
and see.
We'll just roll it. Yeah.
Maybe it's not in gear or anything because it felt like it was just rolling backwards. So.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is what happens when you let Dave do car stuff. That's like, I don't know, it's $200 like jumper pack that's just chucked outside in the grass, just sitting there like, come on, dude.
It's going. Good. Keep going. Good. Good.
Is it good though?
Are we good?
Is it sliding?
I don't know, it just was making like creaky noises.
Oh, it's solid.
All right. I don't need this thing rolling out on hitting somebody's car parked across the way. It's cool to see this thing out like off the trailer in the light. It's pretty rad.
Ah, interesting.
Yep, it's a McLaren.
So, Mike, I heard you like working on McLaren, so we bought you another one.
Yeah, it's my new favorite hobby. Well, it's cool though. I mean, it's, you know, it's a lot more open and accessible than the 720 is. So I think maintenance is not exactly easy, but
Also
yeah, like
not an issue.
getting to those plugs right there, the coil packs, like one of them is underneath this bar.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, there's some of the Porsches are like, oh, you're gonna do a tune-up on it? It's an engine out. Some of the older air-cooled Porsches, like they had twin plug turbos and stuff where it's like, now you can't even get to that plug. It actually takes less time to drop the whole engine and transmission out of the car and then do the service and then put the engine back in than it does to just try to like get access to some of that stuff. So this could be the same thing. Like to do some of the maintenance on this, it's like drop the engine, trans out of it, and yeah, it could definitely be one of those.
That's what it's looking like.
Was at Gintani. Every time that they had a slight issue with the 720,
Yeah,
engine out, engine out, every time.
Yeah,
So
good times.
frustrating car to work on that.
Yeah, like packaging wise is it's tight. It's very tight. With a carbon chassis and then like all the aluminum structure on the front and back. So one of my old customers, good buddy of mine, I think is pulling up right now. He bought a new Corvette, Z06. Yes, there he is.
Oh, that thing's cool.
Yellow seatbelt.
The yellow seatbelt is cool.
Dude, that thing is pretty sick.
So this is the Z06, right?
Yeah. Howdy.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing? This thing is
It's a hot rod.
this thing is pretty cool. I like the yellow accents and stuff.
Yeah, it's scary fast.
Yeah.
And the price is unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like you to drive it.
I'd love to drive it. Yeah. Woo! Get to drive this thing. So, I've never driven a C8. I drove a C7. But this is supposed to be way better, way faster, and I'm not like a big Corvette guy in general. John actually had a lot of Porsches, and he had some really cool cars that we built. And he's actually 82 now. He just stopped racing about a year and a half ago. And he's fast. He's really fast on the track. And now he's got this street car toy. So yeah, it's still in his blood. When you're a car guy and you love fast cars, it's kind of a forever thing. So it's pretty sick. It's a forever thing, right?
It is. It's an illness. It
Yeah.
goes on and on and on forever.
Forever and ever.
A lot of extra things on this.
Yeah.
There are things that I did not get. They have the Z07 performance package, which is something I didn't get because, you know, we've had our fun on the track. This is not going to be a track car.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come with a big wing.
Okay.
But big wing creates so much downforce that it's not that great in a drag race.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It
this
actually
is-
slows the car down.
This is faster on the street,
Yeah.
which is cool. But I did include other things just for appearance, really. They've got this downforce package,
Oh yeah, with like the
Includes
carbon,
bigger
yeah,
carbon
rocker.
rockers.
Yeah.
the bigger front splitter.
Okay.
Of course, I got the carbon ceramic brakes. I don't know if
Yeah.
you took a look at these.
I did. Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
They are.
6 piston in the front, 4 piston in the rear.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
it's an awesome car for the money, really.
Yeah.
And I've been offered $75,000 more than I paid for it. So
Yeah, because they're so impossible to find, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
You want to take a drive?
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Let's go.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you open the door?
That's the first thing you got to figure
There we
out.
I think sounds cool. So yeah, I guess we'll wait for the battery pack to charge for now, or until the Squadra moves, so I can use the van to jump this. I wonder what he thinks.
Nice. If the battery dies, you're stuck in the car, huh?
Like so many others.
Like, exactly.
Yeah, no, there's a way to get out, but I forget what it is.
Yeah.
I have to be reading the manual.
So there's no like lever to open the door. It's a button right here that you push.
Yeah.
So it's like the McLarens. It's like a lot of the new cars.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you grab it and you push it. It clicks open. But I'm like, yeah. If the battery dies and you don't know where the safety release is, you're gonna be stuck in there for a while. What's all over the passenger floor?
Mark, did something happen yesterday?
Did you guys push the fire button?
No.
Oh,
It.
what is that?
I have no idea.
So should I connect the charger still?
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. No, it's like soapy. It might be fire system stuff. It is all over the passenger side floor. I don't know where the nozzles are. Usually, the nozzles would point towards the driver, and then there'd be more in the engine compartment. Here's one of the tubes that's going to the back, but I don't see. A lot of times they're in the dash on the bottom here, but I don't see one there or on the side spraying that way. I don't see it. Let me look on the other side on the. It's almost like soapy. That's so weird. Did they? I don't know. I need to talk to Dave. Did he push it? And did he not want to say anything?
But more would come out, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like there's a lot there, but I don't see it.
In the back.
Yeah, I don't feel anything on those. Like, I don't know if somebody spilled car wash soap in there. Let me.
Yeah, it feels more silky.
Yeah, but a lot of times the fire system stuff feels soapy.
Yeah.
There's the like foaming, almost soap-like stuff. There's different types. Like some is like a halon,
Yeah.
and then but this is a newer system, so it might have this.
That stuff in it.
Yeah.
wonder if we can see the bottle.
The bottle looks, it's behind that floorboard.
Oh yeah.
Passenger footboard. So we might have to pull those two bolts out there,
and just see if it's still charged.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. We just got this thing.
Uh-oh. That's not good. We have a situation.
What's going on over here?
That bottle is not charged.
No way. That's not good.
That's not good. Mark?
Well, let me look in there.
Yep.
So, I'm not sure how that thing went off and didn't spray everywhere, but sprayed here on the floor. Like, this fitting must be bad. What?
You get it now?
I
What does that mean?
understand now.
What?
Well, he was saying it wasn't charged. I was like, well, that's a good thing it's not charged. Right? We don't really need it. And now I'm like, oh, because it was, and it is no longer charged. I get it.
Yep, so that is fire system stuff. I don't know why it didn't spray everywhere. And it just sprayed onto the floor. That is interesting. So I don't know if one of these connections is bad here and it leaked out, because this side looks like it's a plug to block the other outlet here, so it's only got the single outlet on the back. But if that plug isn't actually a plug and there's a hole in it, then it could have literally just sprayed out on the back of that floorboard and just gone all over here. Well, I guess the good thing is that it is the what is it, AFFF, which is something foaming something, I don't know, but this is not that corrosive. It's just like a soapy liquid that sprays out. And trying to charge an OMP fire system is not easy. You have to ship it to them. There's no one local that does OMP fire system refills that I know of. So,
Could we replace the bottle with another manufacturer?
Well,
Just the bottle?
we could, but then we have to replace everything because it's an electronic unit. So we have to replace the controls. All that stuff is different, and it's like specific.
Fine here, boys. What's going on? What's there water in there?
That's
So did you push that button yesterday?
I pushed a bunch of buttons. What is that on the ground there?
That's fire system stuff.
Oh, did it go off?
Apparently, yes.
What?
Yeah. So I'm looking
Not
around the car.
yesterday, though. Wouldn't it be all over the engine and shit?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. It doesn't look like it sprayed out any nozzles, but there's like a T-fitting kind of thing on the top here, and one of them has a line, and one of them has what looks like a plug or something on the end. But maybe if that plug isn't actually a plug, it has a hole in it, and it just sprayed out through there because it's less pressure than going through the nozzles.
We don't need this. We don't need any of this shit, do we?
I don't know. I mean,
it'd be nice to not catch
nice fire systems are nice.
Oh, are they? They work?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's an oil that comes out of it?
It's like a foamy, soapy mixture. Yeah.
Maybe I hit it. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe.
It's all good. It's cool how this car raced in China.
Yeah. China GT Championship.
Yeah, did it win?
I have no idea.
Is there a VIN number on this car?
Yeah, there has to be some VIN number. I don't think it's ever a... Yeah, because they have like a chassis, GT4 chassis number, cage number, all that.
I wonder how many they made, because this is number 149.
Yeah.
There's some sticker right there, but can't
One
see
sticker like here.
Yeah.
The fire extinguisher system. Bottle serial number, just so you don't have to pull this panel off. But the next service date was 2022, so it's already past its service date, so we need to replace the bottle anyway. So.
Oh, actually, how much is that bottle worth? You just recharge it, don't you?
I don't know. There's a certain time limit on the bottles, so you can fill them a couple times, and then
I know what
bottle is
happened.
out.
You got in that car with your big feet and you kicked it. I remember when you kicked it and it made a noise. Remember that? No. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I remember you got in
That's
there.
what
I remember you
happened.
got in there. I heard, what was that? I go,
No.
no?
No.
Maybe that's skinny.
Yeah, we'll blame it on him.
Yeah, skinny.
Skinny.
Disrespect Mike Essa.
Now we got to clean up a fire system mess. pull the seat out of here, wipe it all down, pull the bottle out,
You have Tim here.
and
Tim's right there.
Tim's got a lot of work ahead of him. I mean, that sucks.
Those
But-
jumper packs, those little battery things, are all garbage. None of them ever work.
No,
Never
they're
in my
actually
life.
really good.
Oh, why?
Yeah, you gotta. So they have to be charged.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And you have to turn them on.
I did turn it on yesterday.
Did you?
There's a
But
cycling
maybe it was
through.
dead. Yeah, if it's doing the cycle, then it's working.
I may have smashed it on the ground. That was bad.
Maybe. We'll see if it works.
But on my 599, having fully charged, it would not jump the 599.
That. Which one did you have? That one or the other one?
Same one.
Same idea.
Yeah. I don't know. So
I smashed it on the
in
ground.
my in my BMW, the X5, it's got some electrical issues because it's a BMW.
yeah, fair enough.
Um,
Plastic coolant lines.
Yeah. So like almost every day we have to jump the car.
Really?
It's dead. Like come out in the morning and click, nothing. So
You have
the
it
jumper pack.
hardwired on there?
I almost did it. I'm about to, but yeah, literally like actually getting out of the car with the kids in the car, popping the hood, clip, turn it on, fire it up. So they actually do work, and I'm too lazy to figure out what the issue is because electrical issues are
It doesn't
such a
matter.
nightmare.
Every person I know that's not a mechanic, but if you're mechanically inclined, you work on cars, your car will always have issues. It's just a rule. Because people that work on cars don't want to go and spend $90,000 on a new car because it's a waste of money. They know it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
But every time there's always a car that always has a problem. Every friend I have that works on cars always has a personal car with a dead battery. I'm like,
Yeah.
how is that possible?
Yes,
You don't want to
yeah.
work on your own You're like, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, exactly. After working on cars all day long, it's not like, all right, man, I'm going to go home or I'm going to go to my shop and I'm going to go work on my cars now. And then it'll be 2 in the morning, but I won't get a lot done because I'll already be tired. And then wake up, show up, work on cars more. That's what I used to do when I was younger. But now I'm in my 40s, and that doesn't excite me anymore. Yeah.
I hear you. This is pretty cool, though, hey? What do you think of this car, by the way? We haven't really talked about that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty sick. I mean, we haven't seen a whole lot of it yet, but there's some janky stuff going on here.
With the cardboard on the battery?
Dude, look at that. Like, guys, I don't know how they do it in China, but in the U.S., I would not let that pass tech.
Yeah, no doubt, hey?
No.
Well, it had a carbon paper cover on it that I just took off.
Yeah, but, you know, if you're doing a full, like, tech inspection,
They'll take
you're
that
going to
off.
pull it off and make sure the battery's strapped down properly.
That could have been after the fact.
Yeah, I think they probably had a different battery in there. They didn't have an Optima from the factory. And
No.
then they were like, oh, man, this battery's dead. We need to get something. So they put an Optima in there. It didn't fit, and they jammed in some cardboard.
Got it.
To,
Should we get one that actually fits this car? It's for this car?
I'll look and see what the options are.
Does that make... I know these cars come with special batteries.
Yeah, they have, like, lithium-ion, lightweight
Like,
battery.
like $5,000.
Yeah, well, now we can just buy an aftermarket one.
Sick.
For $1,000 and put it in there. This doesn't have the same deal like the 720 does, where it's got that
Computers and
little,
shit.
yeah, the battery monitor system that's inside of the battery. That.
And then one of the air jacks doesn't work.
Okay, so
Allegedly.
we'll just replace the air jack. Usually, it'll either be a little bit bent.
That's what it is.
Okay.
They show pictures in the report Damon sent me after.
Yeah.
Because Damon obviously got the car, and then he's like, hey, I'll send an email with all the actual shit.
Yeah.
And this company, racecarsforyou.com, literally
Yeah.
documents every piece of damage is documented.
Yeah.
And has commentary about, all the shit on it. Like,
Yeah. Very, very well thorough.
Oh, yeah, dude. Sounds like a nightmare to run that company.
Yeah.
But if you want to buy a race car, that's who you buy it through, because they do the work for you.
Yeah, and then you have someone that knows what they're doing, inspecting the car. It's kind of like a, like a PPI when you're buying a street car, but they're doing that on the race cars, which is really cool because not a lot of places do that. So they're a middleman that's basically they find a car that's for sale, and they're the middleman. They'll do all the inspection and take a fee
What are these
from
things,
the car.
Mike?
Those are brake bleeders, which is I've never seen that before. So instead of having to go to the caliper, pull the wheels off, you can actually bleed it right there. So I wonder if there's an issue with the braking system on these cars where you need to bleed the brakes that often.
Find out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, it sucks that the fire system went off, but it's also almost good because all of it spilled on the floor and didn't spray anywhere. So if this car did catch on fire, like on track, and you're relying on that thing to work, and it did that, like you're like, okay, car's on fire. I got the fire system. You hit it, and it's like
I wonder if...
nothing.
I don't want to blame somebody, but somebody who bought this car here was trying to figure out how to start it and asked me to call the people.
Yeah.
Was that in the vlog or not? I don't know. The car they had it out on the ground. They pushed it off, and they're like, yeah, it won't start. I wonder if they're in there like...
They hit it.
Because there's no guard on that button.
Yeah, there's usually a plastic flap that
We should
covers
probably
it.
get that back.
Yeah.
Is it armed right now, the system? If it's armed, then they for sure hit it.
The toggle switch is in the not armed position.
Oh.
But they could have, like, messed with it, hit it, and then go, oh, like, and then.
The motor?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. If that system, if that T fitting thing actually just has a hole in it, that's the easy way for the fluid to come out, right? So instead of going through a tiny tube through all those nozzles, it's a lot of pressure.
Oh, that's a real dangerous problem then.
Yeah. So yeah, we. I guess it's a blessing in disguise.
This car's sick though. I love the fact it's orange, because like black's gangster, but like, look at this thing.
I took it on track. That's a problem.
I put it on the trailer and drove around Huntington for Cars and Copters, showing off my new race car.
Yeah,
that's pretty fun. I so wanted to drive. I had it running. I was like, that's a felony.
It's not a wise move, especially not in California.
Especially when you have no paperwork, because it's a race car. Like, you pulled over. Yeah. I don't know. It's
they'll impound it, and you'll never get it back though.
Yeah, worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.